Welcome to the glorious CCP Vegas AMA. What could possibly go wrong? If you want to ask questions, I ask you to go all the way to the back, and then CCP Convict is going to help you align to the mic, where CCP Dopamine is going to help you speak into the microphone. The art of speaking into microphones. We're going to try to keep it civil. We're going to try to keep it fun. And yeah, let's go. Hey, should we introduce ourselves? Over there, we have.
Hi, I'm CCP Larrikin. I'm a data scientist.
Yeah, there we go. Hi, CCP Larrikin.
Hi, I'm CCP Helmar. I'm a CEO.
Hi, CCP Helmar.
I'm CCP Rise. I'm a game designer.
Hi, CCP Rise. And finally, we have CCP Burger, the creative director.
Hi, CCP Burger.
This isn't a popularity contest.
Or is it?
Third event here. I always appreciate it. Enjoy it a lot. My question is about observatories. We did the blackout thing, and blackout went away, and there was a lot of feedback. And I'm a nullsec liver. I think it should come back in some form. My question is, what's the timeline or horizon for observatories? And I mean, there might not be one, or the tie-in for that to come back in some form.
I mean, I think we talked about this just a bit in the roundtable just before. We're still sorting through results from Blackout and making a plan for what's next. There's a lot of options. We can do like a complete Intel rework. We can integrate Intel into behavior in null. We can use structures for parts of it. They're all really interesting. We have a lot of stuff on the table. That will be part of Team Talos's mission for sure, to find like a next step. We know there was a lot of good things about Blackout. We just need to like find a more targeted design basically for doing stuff with Intel going forward. So can't give you a date, but we're definitely not done with Intel and local and the relationship between those.
Thank you.
But at the same time, like, we have the luxury now that we know how the world looks with local, and we know how the world looks with, nothing. And now we can kind of, we have this kind of grayscale we can play within. So super important.
Hi, I was wondering what you can tell us about your plans regarding faction warfare.
Were you there this morning at all for me to talk when I was talking about it at like the early talk?
No, I was asleep, sorry.
Okay, no problem. I wanted to be asleep too. We have so Team Talos, the new team, faction warfare is super high on the list. We have a set of faction warfare stuff, structure stuff, and wormhole stuff that we're wrangling into releases that'll be coming, sometime in the next couple months, just to hit the easiest wins. So making changes to mission payouts so that missioners aren't kind of leeching all the LP value off of faction warfare, and a list of some of the most common stuff. I won't go through it all now, but basically we're in a place now to make changes to it. It'll be coming up sometime soon, and then we have some bigger kind of hopes for integrating it more into the NPE. There's so much potential for faction warfare to be a bridge for people into PvP and into social groups. So that's kind of more longer term, but the stuff that's really hurting the experience right now we'll be addressing sometime before long.
Awesome, thank you.
Hi, so I had a question about something you mentioned earlier today, CCP Rise, which was associating loyalty or reputation with certain ships. And so I was wondering if you could talk a little bit more about that, specifically kind of the plans that you might have for that. Like, for instance, you've got the Concord ships that are linked to your security status, giving you an extra bonus. I thought that was really cool. I'd like them to be non-special edition ships that will be around forever, and see more of that.
Yeah, and I'd like them to be pirate ships where negative sex status made them more awesome. Like, why doesn't that exist?
That'd be cool too, yeah.
There's just a whole bunch of room to explore there, basically, and when we've looked at, Navy ships haven't been in a great place for several years, and every time we start looking at redoing them, I feel like we just have a huge opportunity to tie it into some of these other systems so that it feels more like more of a kind of deep investment into favoring a certain faction or a certain style of ship that you like. I don't know. There's a lot we could do. I know Burger's been interested in doing big changes to the standing system in general. There's issues there, so it could be combined with that. Or it could be something like, at risk of giving you more things to hold against me later, things like set bonuses where the more Republic fleet items you use on a Republic fleet ship, the better it gets, or stuff like there's so many options we could have, so I don't know what we'll end up with, but I feel like it would be a missed opportunity not to try and find some deeper thing to do there than just like buff the ships in a normal way, I guess.
Cool, thank you.
Hello, my name's Ren, WR3N, and I have the really, really important question of why is the bridge on the Tempest battleship upside down?
I've been informed by CCP Antiquarian that it is not, and if you have an issue with it, you should go talk to him.
All you have to do is look at the pictures before the graphics redone and after, and you can see the difference.
Yeah, I just want to point out the guy who said it's not upside down comes from Australia.
Well, good one.
Hello. I just want to start off saying that I appreciate all the work you guys do, and you guys obviously make my favorite video game. And my question is, if there's been any discussion internally at CCP about turning back the rule about letting CCP players not play in null sec and in null blocks. Because you guys get a lot of flack, people saying you don't play the game, and I feel like it kind of comes from that place.
Yes, we are reviewing a proposal for an updated policy, and we'll probably make a call next week.
Hello, I'm a proud member of Test here, and I had a question for Rise. If there was one thing you could change about the game, all else considered, if there was one thing you could change, whether it's a ship type, module type, just something that's in the game, what would it be, and why?
But he can.
Just one, Rise, just one. I mean, this changes a lot, and it's hard and loaded, but I think right now I would probably turn some big swath of null. I'd either add null regions or switch a section of null regions into no capital sov null, so that there was like a place to see what it looked like when there was no capitals involved in sov space. I mean, it's kind of random, but it changes all the time. I don't know, it's a hard question.
Thank you.
Hi, a second test member here following up. Dreadit is recruiting everyone. This is a question, we were just curious with the Talos squad, if we could get some look into the thought process behind nerfing assault frigates across the board as a class, when a lot of players are seeing just specifically the JAG, the RAM JAG, as the issue. And I saw there were specific nerfs to that, but why did you do the whole board nerf along with the specific nerfs?
Mainly because I just want to drive the distinction between them and interceptors, like make them more separate. And I think they were very much too fast. When we made the rework like a year and a half ago, they were too slow. We increased max velocity by 18% and reduced mass across the board by 10% or something like that. So they they went way faster afterwards, and I think they're plenty good without being quite that fast, which leaves room for interceptors to have more of a distinct role with, without some gimmick mechanics. So I don't know if that's actually true, but that's the reason at least.
Thank you.
Hi there. So everyone knows that Eve has problems, and so I just wanted to ask, what meta or narrative of Eve Online do you think is really well, and it's something you can think about. You think about it, and it's like, we nailed that, and it was perfect.
I mean, my answer for that right now is probably the trig ships in general. They're not perfect right now, but I was worried they wouldn't get used by many people, that they'd be way too strong, way too weak, or not interesting or something, and it's turned out to be have a lot of depth and be like really fresh and fun for a whole bunch of different groups of people, and that seems great. So that's a like easy one for me to go to.
Thank you, Rice. Like personally, I'm having a lot of fun in Abyssal Dead Space. I love it. I think it's fantastic. Of course, we could expand on it, but like I'm super happy playing it, and it's great fun playing it during lunchtime and having Larkin kind of drop into my office, and I lose maybe a couple of extras because of that, or Vagabonds. Thank you, Larkin.
Anytime, mate.
Yeah, I would bring out the market. We kind of make the market around 2002, and it's still the most impressive market system in any game ever made, and it's frankly even more impressive than most of any financial system of any country, and I've taken a look at few. It still is something we need to kind of take another fling into the vast future, and I'm excited to explore that at some point, and we're doing some of that in Portal. But the market has just held up for almost 2 decades. I think there are a few game systems in EVE that have held up as well.
Thank you.
This is going to be really controversial, and capitals are broken in many ways, but I'm actually pretty proud of how the fighter control system worked out. Like, it has its issues, yes, but I think it is way better than what was there before, and it can be really engaging and fun. Cheers, man.
Good evening, guys. So the community interaction between the dev team, CCP, and us players is really what makes EVE EVE. So what I want to ask is, how many ideas do y'all develop in-house to put in game versus do you get any ideas from the community, say like Reddit or the EVE forum, to actually input into the game?
We get a lot of feedback, and it's absolutely fantastic. Like most of the time,